So healthy relationships are actually built on mutual respect and trust. It's not just one person is expected to respect and trust, but this is done together. Every person involved in the relationship have that basic level of respect. They are seen and heard, and whatever it is they feel or know is appreciated. Okay, so I'm not saying it's accepted or that is it, but let's say validated in a way, or it is heard. They have the right to speak, to express themselves. There is that mutual respect and trust. We can say that, okay, this is where it is, and everybody is appreciating it. There is open, honest communication. Okay, so you are not afraid to express your opinion, your concerns, your pains. So we will come to communication some other time, because sometimes we say, I should be free to talk. And so we end up saying it anyway, anyhow. Lots of times, if you do that, you would end up shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, so there is a way to go about it. But yes, there should be that openness and honesty when it comes to communication. You should be able to sincerely speak out what it is in confidence and in honor. Okay, and then there should be emotional support and encouragement. So in the relationship, you realize that some relationships, so you don't have any form of encouragement. Whatever it is that has to do with you is discarded, is disregarded. It doesn't hold place. Nothing, no idea comes in is worthwhile if it's from you or the other person. So it could be you or the other person. So look out for it. There should be individual freedom and shared growth. So a healthy relationship would not make you feel so limited, imprisoned, that you cannot be yourself or the best of yourself, or you cannot be improving and growing. So any relationship that has stalled your growth, your development, stunted it, you're not allowed to add to yourself, to explore your life, to find the best to give to yourself, to do, to invest in yourself, in your development. That is no healthy relationship. So you see, there is nobody who is relating with you and is healthy about themselves, who would want to push you down or hold you down to feel important. They will feel important when you are having your place and you're having the best of what life has for you. Okay, so for somebody to be putting you down, talking you down consistently, ensuring that you are not growing, whether as a person, whether in your profession or whatever, you want to look at that again. And then a healthy relationship would afford you peace, joy, and emotional safety. You would have a sense of belonging. You would know that you are worthy and you are worth it, not because of your accomplishment, but for humanity's sake. Okay? So it gives you that safety, that emotional safety to explore, to be you, to grow. Yes, we have talked about toxic relationship, and these are a few things you look out for. So if it's not looking like this, the likelihood that it is toxic is high. Relationships could be romantic, they could be family, friends, workplace. They are all types of relationships, right? And in romantic relationships, let's look at some of the characteristics of toxicity you could find easily in romantic relationship. You have things like control, emotional abuse or abuse. Okay, generally it could be physical, it could be verbal, it could be emotional. They are all forms of abuse, and this can be prevalent in romantic relationship. There could also be jealousy, all right? So where you're being cut off from anybody, you don't relate. In family relationships, most likely you find behaviors, okay, or toxic or harmful behaviors such as guilt tripping, criticism, conditional love. A lot of times we find our parents doing that. Okay, we sacrificed a lot for you, and so you're not able to do this, and you have to feel guilty for the rest of your life. And you'll be sent on that trip over and over. And on the least provocation or anything that doesn't go well, you have to keep experiencing that. Always reminded of how much we sacrificed for you. Yeah. And then conditional love. You should be achieving, performing a certain way, come out a certain way. So in a lot of in families, okay, there are certain traits that are upheld. Okay, so if you do not fall within that category, then you are an outlier, a reject. You are the black sheep of the family. Okay, you're not accepted. So it isn't that the other traits are, or whatever you are carrying. For instance, it's a family of scientists, or what they look out for are certain particular professions. And then maybe you find yourself a creative or something like that. You don't think within that box. You don't fall within. You realize that no, you cannot be accepted. So those are some of the things. So you have to craft yourself and become like this, or you feel like a reject, or you are rejected in a certain way. So in families, you can find that. In friendships, you can have envy, competition, and betrayal. Okay, so those are some harmful behaviors that can be found within. I'm not saying that all the others may not be found in, or there won't be cross matches, but we're just looking at what you can commonly find. But it doesn't mean all the others cannot happen within. But now that you are aware, you can begin to observe. I'm not saying become an inspector trying to fish out what everybody is doing. It's for you to just relax, but be alert and be truthful with what you're observing. Don't allow your expectations to lead you so much so that you do not see the realities on the ground and what is really happening. So in the workplaces, you can have bullying as one of the harmful behaviors. There are people who would always want to bully others, find their ways, put others down in a way. There's gaslighting and then lack of boundaries. So I remember I was speaking to somebody who came to me for counseling, and I said, you know something, the fact that you are in this workplace doesn't mean everybody has the right to be telling you how to run your family because you always spend time there. They think they have a right. Hey, bring your family here. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? Okay. So we don't find boundaries anymore. It's as if anything could just be discussed. If it's about you, and you cannot have what is work and what is either your private life or so. That could happen in workplaces. All right. So, hey, you may want to look out for that. Probably begin to do something about it.